Hello friends, this is Ramna. Today I will show demo on how to split multi-value columns into multiple records in SSIS. So first I will show my table. This is my table which contains two columns and two rows, country and players. After executing the package, I need to get the output should be in this way. Country, players. Suppose Australia. Each country has 3 players. India, India, So after executing the package, this data completely will be shown in this way. So in SQL it has 2 rows, whereas it comes to developing the package and execution, it will split the players column into rows, into the multiple records. So I will show how to do this in this demo. First I am taking data flow task, double click. Since my source is in table SQL table, I am using OLDB source, double click. So taking my table here, sports is my database, and select your table, team is my table name, and go to columns and click OK. So next, so here I am using one component called script component, and you take the transformation, connecting with the source, double click. So here and go to this input column and select your 2 columns, go to inputs and outputs. So in the output there is one property called synchronous input ID. You can make this property as none, and output columns, add column here. I'm adding one column, one more column. These are the input columns, and I'm adding 2 new output columns. Okay, so you have to change the data type as well. So instead of by default 4 bytes and integer, I'm changing it to string. And coming to players also, I'm changing the data type as string and increase the size as 100. Okay, and go to script tab again and edit script. You need to write 4 or 5 lines of script. So it is getting opened. Now go to public override void input 0 process input row. Here I already code is there. I just copy this code. Later I will explain. So copying this one, paste it here. Yeah, this is the code. First I'm taking the string. First I'm taking the string of players, because the players column has multiple values, right? First I'm taking the converting the string into the comma separated list into the string array. I'm taking the players and players string array and converting the comma separated. We know it's a comma separated value is there in the players column. So I'm converting this whole column into comma separated, and after taking the string array. Next one, so I am using the counter variable used to loop through the string array. So taking the int I as counter to loop through the string array. So here I am looping. I am looping through string array with all player names. With all player names, while I is greater than players.length. So that is the condition. And next, so I am starting a new row in the output. So this is the add row is nothing but adding the new row to the output buffer. So we already created two new columns in the output, right? So I am adding new rows to that and passing. So pass through all columns that you want to downstream the data flow. So I'm passing all through columns by country column is there and players column is there. So after taking the add row, I am adding the all data from the for the output columns. There are two output columns, country and players. Okay. Next, what it increase the counter to go to next value. I plus plus means it increase the counter. Counter means there's a variable counter I to go to next value. That is, it increases every time when the loop is running, while loop is running. So this is about the code. So I'm just saying this code. Close it and OK. Click OK. Yeah. Now I want to dump the data into the flat file destination file created in the desktop. So I'm just connecting the destination. So this is my document. Right now there is no data. Players.txt is the document name. So double click to configure. Go to new, delimited. OK. So browse the text document. This is my text document. I'm selecting this one. And columns names in the first data row. Yes, I want to show the column names in the document. The delimited tab is here. If you want to change the delimited, next go to columns. So columns, I want to make it as a pipe delimited vertical bar. So I'm taking this one, advanced, and click OK. So no need to do any manual mapping because both destination columns and source column names are same. Once after executing this package, whatever the data that is shown in the SQL table should be displayed in this way. So I am going to run the package. See here, from source to script component, there are only two rows. The table we have only two rows. From script component to flat file destination, it will split the data and multiple records are inserted, and total number of rows is 6 rows. So test document. See here you find country is the column name and players is the column name. So I am taking the pipe delimited. So everything is delimited with the pipe. Source, it is actually two columns, Australia and India. Australia has 3 players. So 3 new records are inserted. And India also 3 players, 3 new records are inserted. So this is how you need to split your multi-column values into multiple records using script component. The only tricky part here is understanding the code. First you select the 2 columns and create whatever the columns you have in input and same number of columns in the output. Before that, you have to make the change this property, that is output property as none, and after that you have to create columns and write a script. I will paste the script in the description box so that you can easily understand. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you very much.